We're starting to see those flames in flare-ups yet again, and if you take a look here behind me, you can see that orange glow from the flames in the back of the building. You can see this one is a total loss. Firefighters here behind me trying to hose this thing down. This new indoor mask mandate comes despite a recommendation by Solano County's health director saying that it's not necessary to wear masks indoors. Small businesses are no exception. Check out this damage. You'll see the smashed window, cracked glass going all the way down to the bottom of the window. This used to be the desk chair. Now that's all that's left. You'll see police are still out here on scene many hours later. We actually just saw the coroner's van pull up in that area that you're looking at. These lock boxes are easy to smash open, and look, that's exactly what happened here. It's been over 2 weeks, yet she still has no new information on her son's case or who might have killed him. There was a home that burnt to the ground in this area, but it was vacant at the time, so we know that everyone is safe. This street is still closed down as well to deter criminals from coming through here in their cars. Researchers found that these surgical masks are more effective than cloth ones. That storm surge is coming. The music is starting again. I don't know, Charlie, can we see a dance move? There you go. Okay, all right. We're going to continue to have some fun. There we go. Yes, we're going to continue to have some fun. And I'm Taylor Bisacky. It is Sunday, November 15th. Unfortunately, these anti-Asian attacks aren't going away. 1/3 of the incidents in that report happened just within the last few months. It's something that hits close to home here in the Bay Area, as we've seen countless assaults, targeted robberies, and racist behavior. Thousands of LGBTQ immigrants flee their country every year from discrimination, abuse, or even death due to their sexual orientation. It's now been more than 24 hours since San Francisco reintroduced a ban on indoor dining. City leaders made the decision despite being in the most relaxed COVID tier in the state. Well, you can find pride on and off the court. After more than 35 years and hundreds of players, the San Francisco Gay Basketball Association shows no signs of slowing down. Over the past week, the virus has claimed the lives of more than 1,000 people a day, and the U.S. has recorded its 12th straight day of more than 100,000 new COVID-19 cases. The surge is prompting rollbacks in the Bay Area. This list includes what types of businesses must close and when. You can see that up there on your screen. Again, looking at the big picture in the U.S., the country is inching closer to 11 million cases with more than 245,000 deaths. In the last 24 hours, California has reported close to 10,000 new infections. Pam, Ken, a family of 5 lived here. April and Mike Hernandez raised their 3 kids here. And I'm standing in what was once their son's bedroom, and you can tell just how hot this fire was. Check this out. This is their son's desk chair, well, all that's left of it. And here behind me, melted appliances in the area that was once the kitchen. On Thursday, the Hernandez family returned to what used to be their home of 17 years.
So this is where we would come in the front door.
April and her husband Mike raised their 3 children in this home and plan to spend the rest of their lives here. That was until the LNU Lightning Complex fire tore through their home last week.
It's just sad. It's hard to look at.
The walls that once gave them comfort now crumbled to the ground, along with family heirlooms, memories, and much more.
This is all I know, and I grew up here, and I've just spent so much time and have so many memories here, so it's just really sad that nothing's the same.
The family says the fire rapidly approached their home early last Wednesday. They only had about 30 minutes to grab their things and get out.
Banged on the door and told us we gotta go, and it was pretty frantic. After that, we grabbed some stuff as quick as we could and pretty much just panic mode because we saw the fire coming over that hill. So that's pretty much the only warning we had, and then the light started flickering and gone.
Some of the things left behind, important photo albums and passed down wedding rings.
It just seems impossible, but there's 2 wedding rings that I'm just desperate to find.
Now the Hernandez family slowly goes through the rubble.
My favorite coffee mug was in the sink.
It's not broken.
Finding joy in even the smallest things spared from the fire.
It's a priority for me to get a roof over their heads they can call home until we build. Well, the Hernandez family is holding out hope here to rebuild. Actually, some of the strangest things made it through this fire, like this Believe sign that once welcomed people into their home. But right now they are staying at a hotel. They're eventually looking to get into an apartment in the meantime when they figure out whether they can rebuild in this location or not. For now, we're live in Vacaville. Taylor Bisacky, KRON 4 News.
Mayday calls after 5 people escaped the flames of the Conception diving boat off the Channel Islands. The captain and 4 crew members were on the upper deck at the time, while searchers believe 34 others were sleeping below the deck. One witness on a nearby boat says the surviving crew woke him up.
Guests were sleeping below decks in their bunks, and their main exit out of there was through the galley. And when they opened the galley door, they said it was totally engulfed in flames, that the ceiling tiles were falling off the ceiling, and they couldn't get to them at all.
After no new signs of survivors, the Coast Guard transitioned from rescue to recovery mode, and other agencies like the NTSB dove in to help.
We've begun to obtain factual information and documents. We've reached out to develop a list of people that we would like to interview.
Investigators will review what happened leading up to the fire, as well as the vessel's layout and its operations. On one recording, you hear a dispatcher asking about locks on the boat.
Roger, are they locked inside the boat?
But investigators believe the fire is what trapped the other passengers.
There are no locked doors in accommodation spaces aboard these vessels. It's open berthing.
This is what the Conception looked like before the fire. A former passenger posted this video from a 2018 trip. Another former passenger who slept on the boat just a month ago says the boat was in great condition.
It was very well kept. Everything was well maintained. I remember sitting on the deck looking around saying, no way that this was the same boat that my dad used to dive off of when he was my age.
Now, more questions than answers remain from Monday's trip on the Conception.
I am 100% confident that our investigators will determine the cause of this fire, why it occurred, how it occurred, and what is needed to prevent it from happening again. Absolutely.
Now the NTSB says they'll remain on scene for 7 to 10 days as they continue their investigation. They say the final report could take 1 to 2 years, but expect to have a preliminary report ready in 10 days. Live from the studio, Taylor Bisacky, KRON 4 News.
Chaos and carnage erupted in San Jose when a gunman, 57-year-old Samuel Cassidy, shot and killed 8 of his coworkers and critically injured another at the VTA rail yard around 6:30 Wednesday morning. County officials say Cassidy began shooting after a morning union meeting where 40 other employees were present. The Santa Clara County Sheriff's Office and San Jose Police immediately responded.
First teams through the door were the Sheriff's Office and San Jose Police Department, and they're my true heroes. There was active shooting going on at that time. There were victims shot in 2 separate buildings.
Santa Clara County Sheriff Lori Smith says once Cassidy realized law enforcement arrived, he turned the gun on himself and took his own life. She says deputies did not exchange gunfire. In addition to the shooting, the Sheriff's Office detected explosive materials at the rail yard, but say there is no danger to the public.
We actually had an explosives dog on scene, which detected to some type of explosives material at the crime scene itself. At that point, we activated the Sheriff's Office bomb squad, who is currently on scene, and render any type of suspicious packaging safe at that point.
In addition to this VTA rail yard shooting location, local, state, and federal authorities are investigating a second scene less than 10 miles away at the 1100 block of Angmar Court. That's where Cassidy lived. He's suspected of also setting his house on fire sometime before the shooting. Now, we still don't have a motive on what caused Sam Cassidy to open fire on his coworkers here, but we hope to learn more in the coming days. Now we're live in San Jose. Taylor Bisacky, KRON 4 News.